Debunk the myth that you've been sold by society or by the system, if I may say so. And this is a very fascinating thing. It's based on one very profound thing, that two things are going to happen to you, which one has happened. You were born, and then one day you are going to die. It means the music is going to stop. Now, one of the greatest warriors of all time was William Wallace, the Scottish guy that fought the English for his country's freedom. And there was a time, if you've seen this movie called Braveheart, there was a time when he had supposed to go and meet with the English kings, and these people says, don't do it, William, it's a ploy, they're going to kill you. And by the way, they do kill him. But he said a very powerful and profound statement that has stayed with me for a long time. He said to his guys, all men die, but not all men live. So we're all going to die. But the question is, have you lived? Or were you part of the system that was designed to enslave you? Are you part of the matrix? Are you part of this great grandeur, which is based on a program designed by certain people to make you a slave forever? So there are three basically ages that they take you through, okay? And they've designed this thing so well that people buy into it. So each time I talk to people and say, this system does not work, people actually, I remember the Matrix, there's a part in the Matrix where Morpheus speaks to Neo. He said, these people are so inept, so hopelessly dependent on the system that they'll fight to protect it. That's what people are. People just have been hoodwinked, they've been so brainwashed that if you tell them this system does not work, they will protect it and say it works. And yet there is no evidence that it actually works. So you were told that you're going to go through three ages, and these ages are designed for you. And you just become a pawn in a big game. So what is the first age? Is this age called the age of innocence. What means? It means at this age you're just a little schmuck who knows nothing. You follow what other people tell you. So you're born, you go to preschool. Preschool says do things this way. And by the way, research says children, when they get to preschool, by the time that they're 3.5, they are no longer as creative as they were at the age of 2, because they are now put in boxes and restriction and all kind of things. Well, I have got a son, and I always fight with the preschool. Now he's going to go to big school in the new year. And the fight that I have with them is when I'm traveling, I rather my son come with me and travel so that he can learn about other cultures. Because I believe that when I travel with him, he learns much more than he would in a classroom. I keep fighting with the principal, I keep fighting with the teacher. I say, listen, I'm paying you. So either you want to fire my son from your school, which if you start, it's a war that you're not going to win, and they know. So that's why my son is not yet fired where he goes to school. But I believe that education is when you go out there and interact with the world and get to understand other people's culture and travel and eat different food, listen to different music. That's how your brain becomes big, and that's how you become free. So the first one is the age of innocence, which was designed. Go to preschool at this age. From this age, go blah, blah, blah to the school from here. And then you begin to go into the normal school. That's where the slave programming begins, my good ladies and gentlemen. That's why they put you in a box that some people will die still in that box. Some of us, I always make this very powerful reference that me, Steve Jobs, and Bill Gates, we did not drop out of university. We actually left university. We said to our professors, you guys are cool, but tell you what, we're going to change the world, and we'll see you later. The beautiful thing about it is, me and this gentleman, we now called back into the same universities to come and lecture. Isn't that amazing? So the first one is the age of innocence. Now, after the age of innocence, guess what do? They prepare you to become what's called an automaton. They prepare you for work. They say your second age is your age of productivity. But productivity for who? Not for yourself. The big conglomerates shackle you because you've got a degree. That's when they begin to limit your life. Because here's what they say to you. You've got a certificate in A, B, C, and D, you earn this much. If you go and get a degree, you earn this much. You get an honors, you earn this much. You get a master's, you earn this much. You get a PhD, we can't pay you more than this. We're very sorry. This is how much we can pay you. That's the end of it. So this age of innocence, you go through education. And unfortunately, some of you might say it's controversial, but it's my truth. If you don't like it, cool, you don't like it. Two kinds of education: formal and self-education. What's the difference between these two? formal education limits you, tells you you only have a PhD and there's nothing you can do to become anything else but the PhD that you have. So we cannot pay you more than this. That's what formal education. Self-education has produced billionaires, unlimited men and women who will understand this one profound truth to his or her according to their needs and abilities. So I'm a proponent of self-education. I'm not saying don't do formal education. Some of you need the formal education because some of you must become accountants and take your form money. That's how the world works, unfortunately. So you make a choice. Either you want to stick to this and limit yourself, or you want to go to this and become unlimited. Now, this age of productivity, like I'm saying, you shackled in very lovely golden handshakes and you work. And your productive life has been designed to be 40 years exactly. So in 40 years, you're going to earn 480 paychecks. And you know, one of the fascinating things that is crazy is people still get, the stubs that shows that this is how much they earn every month. It doesn't change. It's the same amount every month, but they still give it to them or send it by email or whatever. I think it's crazy. So you're going to be paid 480 times. That's bloody crazy. And then they sold you this thing. They said, after we pay you 480 times, okay? We don't pay you to go this way, we pay you to go this way. We don't pay you for freedom. We pay you for slavery. Huh? So here's what they say. They say, buy everything in 60 months. They don't tell you that if you buy it in 60 months, you're paying 3 to 4 times the amount that it's worth. You're not told, because the system wants you to believe their story, like most of you unfortunately have believed the story. And then after this age of productivity, which is going to last, by the way, 40 years, multiplied by 12, gives you 480. You go to this one, which has been sold to everybody, but yet it's still not a very nice ending. And then you retire and they say, thank you very much. Here's a watch. Go home and prepare for your death. And before you know it, you're old and ugly, sitting in a stoop, talking about my time, and poof, you are dead. Oh my God, this is depressing. You get born, you die. You get told, age of innocence will take you to an institution that's going to teach you. And then you're going to go and work. And when you work, you're going to work for 40 years. We're going to pay you 480 times. And then after 480 times, we want to suck your blood and taken all your creativity and your knowledge. We want to tell you, go home and die. Well, I don't know about you. This has never worked for anybody I know. And it's not going to begin to work for you. So here's what I'm going to be doing. I'm challenging you that your life can become different. But it depends on how hungry you are and how hard you want to work. Because most of you drive cars that you owe, live in houses that you owe, wear the clothes that you owe, even eat food that you owe. Buy food on a credit card, which means you're eating the food that you owe. So when your son gets excited and goes to the fridge, you say, hey son, be careful, don't go crazy on that polo, we still owe it. Because you believe this lie. I didn't believe this lie. I'm a maverick, I'm crazy. Break the rules. From a township, and I literally escaped the township. Grew up in a very repressive system, and I said, I don't care about the system. I was born to become great. I don't care how long it takes. I will become great. Somebody says knowledge is power. I said, fine, knowledge is power. Reading and understanding things is very powerful. But unfortunately, there are too many people that have got the knowledge, but they never apply it. I said, no, I'm not going to go this knowledge is power thing. I'm going to go the application of knowledge is power. Learn, apply, transform, and change your life. That's what I did. So what did I do? I'm now saying I want to change Middle Eastern Africa. That's my vision. I want to heal this continent. Because a lot of people believe you can vote yourself into wealth and out of poverty. You can pray or fast yourself out of wealth and poverty, and it's not going to happen. Because if you still believe in this, my good ladies and gentlemen, your life is not going anywhere because you are inside a box. So what did I do? I created a very powerful platform, an online digital learning platform called Global Conference Television. What do? We get the best of breed content, customize it, give it the context for the Middle Eastern African continent so that you can get this knowledge, not only know about things, but apply these things so that your life becomes different. So I'm challenging you that if you want your life to change, if you want to be the guy that escapes this and your life becomes a very powerful story that can be told, go to our site, www.thegctv.com, subscribe, and let's change your life. This is Billy Selekane saying, I'm out of here.